To keep records is a human instinct. Also, it is our sense of duty and pride to hand down the righteous history. We know about the generations we didn't live in because some stories are still told to this day. We use our memory to store and continue to develop our human history. In our hands, we can now elect a president. Now the citizens can speak for people from all walks of life. The development of this country's democracy is due to each citizen who lives in Busan. Democracy Park was born as an educating center of democracy, connecting the past and present in the hopes of democratic integration. Democracy Park was opened in October 1999. When you go to Democracy Park, you will observe two jangsungs, or carved wood logs, called the People's Reunification Hero and the People's Peace Heroine. Both jangsungs have the highest responsibility to protect Democracy Park against any undemocratic actions. Citizens made a donation for the 419 memorial to pay a high tribute to the victims. 419 Square was moved from Yongdusan Park to Democracy Park in 2007. Meanwhile, a memorial was erected here, so 419 Square was created. There is a structure called Democracy on the left of the Memorial Hall. The structure represents the victims who laid down their lives for our country. The structure is made up of many pro-democratic resistance pictures that are chained together on the round stone wall. The chain connects the past and present. You can enjoy a panoramic view of Busan from the viewing platform on the rooftop. The pro-democratic resistance movement Memorial Hall is in the shape of a snail to allow access for everyone. The democracy torch is set around the building. Soaring in a cylindrical shape, the open space is a symbol of Busan's power. In the Japun Pyeocho Boimbang, there are 100 pyongs of places for display pictures, art history, and performance. Sometimes the places have been rented out to other artists and activities. In the Gunbang, there are 419 seats, including seats for disabled people. In the Jakunbang, there is a stage and an auditorium. Having a stage in the auditorium makes it a good place to have performances. Nolpyo Cho Boimbong is a permanent exhibition that retraces the course of Busan and its pro-democratic resistance movement. You can see many historical items, pictures, and images about the pro-democratic resistance movement from the early 1900s to the present. Be sure to look at the Buma pro-democratic resistance movement, which is a representation of the pro-democracy movement.
지금 나는 우울해 왜냐고 묻지 말아요 아직도 나는 우울해요
President Park Chung-hee's military government declared to revitalize reforms, and he aimed for a long term of power. Female factory workers at a wig-making export business, YH, started a sit-in protest demanding a right to live at the Shinmin Party headquarters of the opposition party in those days in August 1979. A female worker fell to her death in the process of the police's dispersing the people by force. Mr. Park Chung-hee broke up the crowd of workers and expelled the opposition's president from the National Assembly. The people's anger went to the extremes. Busan National University students spilled into the street shouting to overthrow the dictatorship and to abolish revitalizing reforms in October 1979. While students were marching through downtown, the joining party gained its numbers. The citizens were cheering and handing out food and drinks. They penetrated through the police line, overturning patrol cars. The masses dominated the street until the early hours of the morning. Broadcasting stations, government and public offices, and the police office were attacked. The protests had spread beyond near Masan by the second day. President Park Chung-hee's military government proclaimed an emergency martial law, and the martial law military personnel was sent to crush the rebellion. The incident caused President Park Chung-hee's military government to be profoundly confused against itself. Eventually, Buma resistance movement came to an end by the assassination of President Park Chung-hee by his right hand, Kim Jae-gyu, the KCIA president. Even for a short 4 days, Buma resistance movement enabled the Busan citizens to experience the freedom on the streets and change their lives. These experiences led people to the future movements. There was another background for the Buma pro-democratic resistance to be possible. This was with the Young So organization. You could join the cooperation with a membership fee and read the recommended good books at an inexpensive price. Members participated actively in small meetings such as a language study, community development study, and academic gatherings. The people had been kept down by a brutal regime led by the military government. Because Busan citizens exchanged cultural background, it unified it and began stronger protesters. The movement for democracy was an easy task. The Democracy Park is to serve as something like Yangso Cooperation Union in current Busan. And so it is spreading out a variety of businesses where the citizens can conserve the democracy value and communicate with each other. Busan Democracy Resistance Commemoration Committee and the Democracy Park are joined with businesses every year to commemorate and to inherit the idea that sovereignty rests with people. Especially, we would like to play a role as a live history education center and culture experiential space. Democracy Park is run by participation and donation by the sponsors. Programs for sponsors only are continuously operating, and those supporters are keeping the Democracy Park more active. Democracy Park carries on a variety of senses of a solidarity exchange project for an overseas information activity. Democracy Park is a main theme of democracy, and it will continue to introduce the excellence of Korean democracy to the whole world.